If you look at the electors for the state of Missouri, they're from all over the state, and they're going to. There's 10 of them. There are 10 of them. They're going to get together next Monday to cast their ballots. And based on the way Missouri voted, they should cast those ballots for Donald Trump. However, they've been getting phone calls, all of them, and emails as part of sort of an orchestrated effort to try to get them somehow to change their mind. And there's going to be a protest taking place down on the Capitol grounds next Monday to try to persuade them, I assume, when they show up to cast their votes. I wanted to get somebody from that organization to join us here to try to kind of explain that effort. Marilyn Sue Warren is representing the folks who are going to be turning out next Monday. Marilyn, welcome into the program.
Thank you, and it's Marilyn Sue, sir.
Oh, Marilyn Sue, sorry. Marilyn Sue, I appreciate you being with us. So tell me about this effort next Monday. What are you trying to do?
What we are trying to do is to what we consider to be a disservice to our country in that we do not believe that Donald Trump has the one vote, one person majority. His opponent has more than 2 million more votes than he does. And we think it would be a travesty to have that not be taken into consideration. Plus, there is the grave concern of a possible Russian hacking. We know that the Russians hacked the DNC. We believe that it may have been to promote Mr. Trump, since there was no hacking of the RNC. No emails from their organization were ever made public. And Mr. Trump even asked that the Russians hack Hillary's emails. Like, why don't you get her emails? So those are some of our concerns.
So Marilyn, Sue, I have to ask, though, okay. You were not a Donald Trump supporter, right?
No, I was not. I would have preferred the Republicans to nominate John Kasich. I find him to be a very honorable, conservative Republican, and I would be honored to have him as my president.
So I'm just wondering, though, it's your opinion that Donald Trump is not qualified to be president, which is why you didn't vote for him. But we don't go by the popular vote in this country. So to try to delegitimize his election by arguing that more people out in California somewhere voted for Hillary Clinton doesn't really jive with how our system works. So the thing I want to ask is, during the election, when Trump said he might not accept the outcome of the election, this is what Hillary Clinton said.
He is threatening our democracy.
So my question is, why are you not threatening our democracy by trying to change the minds of the electors who are going to do their constitutional duty next Monday?
Because there is nothing in law that says, nothing in the United States Constitution that says that they have to vote the way that their state has voted. I would be very happy if they would vote proportionately, which would mean in Missouri, we have 10 electoral votes. In the 1st Congressional District and in the 7th Congressional District, the Democrats won. That would be Kansas City and St. Louis. So Hillary would get those 2 votes. We have a Republican senator and a Democratic senator. So Hillary would end up with 3 votes. Donald would end up with 7.
So
and the people in southern Illinois, who generally, which tends to be Republican, and they don't get any congressional votes when they go to the Electoral College. Their voices from southern Illinois would be heard in the state of Illinois.
Well, I agree with that. But ultimately, unless you got all 10 of them for a total of 37 or 38 people to change their votes next Monday, it wouldn't have any impact anyway. And if the election ended up, he got less than 270 and it went to the House, he'd still be elected president. So ultimately, isn't this effort just about undermining the presidency of Donald Trump? Because you can't change it at this point.
I don't know that we can change it. What I do know is that the true election won't happen until December 19th. And as a citizen, I have a duty, I believe, to make my thoughts, my voice heard. And one of the reasons that I am so very concerned about this is that I do not believe that he is capable of being president of the United States.
See, but Marilyn, Sue, I felt the exact same way about Barack Obama 2 times in a row. And after he won both of those times, I did not take to the streets to protest, and I didn't call the electors here in Missouri and try to get them to change their votes, and I didn't go protest at the Capitol. I mean, I accepted the fact that I got outvoted, and I was going to have to live with it over the next 4 years, and I suspect that the folks on your side of the aisle are going to have to do the exact same thing.
We may very well have to. And I did that in 2000 because, number one, Al Gore won the popular vote.
But the popular vote doesn't count in this country for the presidency.
Yes.
It doesn't matter.
I think it might have. I think you and the callers might see it really differently if Hillary had won the middle of the country and had lost the popular vote by almost 3 million votes.
Well,
So,
but my argument is that even if we were injured about it and our feelings were hurt, I don't see anybody taking to the streets and protesting like we've seen all across the country or trying to get the electors to change their votes. I mean, that's how the Electoral College is set up. It's been that way for 240 years.
and Donald Trump, a week or so ago, when it was pointed out to him that he did not win the popular vote, said that was because millions of votes had been stolen from him in California.
What he felt that there were illegal aliens who voted. But there's not but you'll have to admit there hasn't been a shred of evidence. Jill Stein failed at it as well, of finding a shred of evidence that there was any sort of vote rigging or machine malfunctions or anything anywhere. Why does that not legitimize the election in your eyes?
Still, the Electoral College, if they believe that a foreign government has influenced our election, if they believe that the person who won the vote is incapable of doing the job, it is their civic and constitutional job to vote for someone else.
Marilyn?
It does not necessarily have to be Hillary Clinton. I would love for it to be Hillary Clinton. I would be very happy with John Kasich. I would be very happy with Governor Romney.
Well, but they weren't on the ballot.
Pardon?
They weren't on the ballot, so the electors couldn't go cast a vote for one of those guys. So
the Electoral College is the one that makes the decision.
The people make the decision, and the electors are supposed to vote to represent the people of the way the people of their state voted. That's just the system. Marilyn Sue, I wish you luck with your protest because I don't think it's going to get you anywhere anyway. But it's next Monday, 12:30 to 2:30 on the Capitol building there, the east side of the Capitol in Jeff City. Marilyn Sue, have a great day.
Thank you.
All right. Yep. I felt like I'm talking in circles there.